Hey yo, Age here back with a new series in Civilization 6 where today we are playing as Maya. Going over the settings of the game as usual, we are on deity difficulty, standard game speed, standard map size, and we chose Pangea map today as we're gonna be going for a tall empire. Maya is relatively unique civilization with its own benefits and its own limitations, but without further ado, let's just jump into the game and I will explain it when the time is right. This is a nice spawn. We do have a plantation with spice tile available for us. We do have another one. And an orange tile, which is very nice. But most importantly, we do have a plains hills and a wet tile, especially as playing on Maya. And I'm gonna settle that plains hills tile, mainly because I want to retain that extra production in the city center, making the city even more productive from the get-go. As well as I'm gonna send my warrior to scout around widely around my territory, because this game is gonna be a little bit different than what I'm used to. So first of all, let's settle our capital city, and now we can go over the bonuses as Maya. So first of all, as Maya, we don't really care where we settle because we never are getting the fresh water. Our housing mainly comes from building up farms. That's why I like the wet tile, at least partially. Planting down a farm on top of this wet tile would secure us extra housing as well as extra food from the tile, and also that would boost our irrigation. For irrigation we need to farm a resource, and that would allow us to improve our luxury resource, which is gonna be useful as well. So okay, maybe let's start from the start. Maya has certain limitations. Our non-capital cities within 6 tiles of the capital gain plus 10% towards all yields, meaning science, culture, production, all the good stuff. However, if we're settling cities further away, we get a 15% penalty to all the said yield. So Maya likes to settle in a particular pattern. Generally, the way I like to settle the cities minimum distance from each other and the capital for a couple of reasons. First of all, the faster the settler travels to the location, the faster the city gets online and starts actually producing stuff which contributes towards our empire's efforts. Another thing is that it allows us to couple the districts. So if I would place a government plaza somewhere around here, I could surround it with whatever districts, let's say a commercial hub from one city, a commercial hub from my capital, and perhaps a commercial hub from another city, which allows us to get more value out of Government Plaza faster from each of the different cities, especially towards the yields that we want to get, maybe for campuses or theater squares, whatever. And another thing why it's important for me to settle closely is because if I get into an early war, it's much easier to reinforce the cities the closer we are to the capital. If I would place down a city here, and this would be the only city that I have, it's so much more distance that my military units have to cover to actually help this city out. However, as Maya, if we would settle min distance, we would only be able to get 6 cities around our capital. And that's assuming that we do not have a sea or a lake somewhere in between, or a mountain tile, which obviously we wouldn't be able to settle, even though it would be cool to settle a city like Minas Tirith somewhere around here. It's just not possible in the civilization. I don't know, maybe in some mod that I'm not aware of. But it is what it is. So anyway, if we would like to min-max the city count as Maya, we would have to place down cities a little bit further away from each other. So we would have like 4 cities instead in the immediate area of our capital, and we would be able to place down the cities in between who are still within the reach of the capital. So we could get up to 9 total cities as Maya to benefit from our capital's benefits. However, just because we get bonuses from settling cities nearby the capital doesn't mean that we shouldn't place cities further away. Everything has to do with what is the purpose of the city. So for example, let's imagine that this is not a capital city, this is a city far away from the capital, but it has a couple of resources. For example, we do have citrus tile, we do have spice tile, and another one which we could sell. And let's say we do have some coal tiles or maybe niter tiles, oil, or other strategic resource. Now, the purpose of this city wouldn't be to generate yields for me, to generate science or anything. I could just place down a commercial hub and have city be done with it. The only thing that I would need from the city are amenities and strategic resources. So just because the city is further away doesn't mean that city is useless. We are not going to be suffering an empire-wide penalty, just the city, and yep, that's how it goes. However, in this playthrough, I'm looking to do something different. I want cities as far away from my capital as possible, and I want to play tall. Meaning that I would have up to 7 cities at most, depending on our terrain, what we actually have to work with in here. And I want these cities to be big. I want them to be really big. I'm not talking 10 population or something, I'm talking in the 20s. I want each city, if possible, to be a massive powerhouse. I'm just doing that for fun. So the settling I explained for the people who just generally would be interested in playing Maya and how to min-max it. And as Maya, we also like to settle next to luxuries. That's why I was happy about the starting location, because another thing that we get as Maya is that since we're not getting the housing bonuses from freshwater and coast, we do have the extra housing from farms. And those farms are getting extra production if they are next to our unique district of Observatory, which is just a cheaper campus with unique adjacencies. Standard adjacencies don't apply to us, but we are going to be talking over this a little bit later. So if we place our unique district next to farm, we're getting extra production, which is nice. Production is king in this game. And if we have a luxury resource next to our city center, we are getting extra gold and amenity from each farm that we have, which would help us to sustain the happiness in our massive cities if we get this. Going down, we also have our unique unit, which is Archer Replacement in Hulche, which gets extra 5 combat strength when fighting wounded opponents. Combining it with our bonus of getting +5 combat strength to units within 6 tiles of the capital, it makes Maya and Bahulche a very strong defensive unit. If we are fighting within the 6 tiles of our capital city, we could get up to 10 extra combat strength, which is almost the difference between a warrior and a swordsman. And our unique district that I mentioned before is Observatory, which is a discounted campus district that instead of usual adjacencies gets +2 science from adjacent plantations and +1 extra science for every 2 adjacent farms or district tiles, inclining us to build campuses around the plantations. So we do have one next to our empire, and looking at what is possible to do with the city, I do see that I do have an aqueduct tile, and I would like to get a dam somewhere around here, leaving us with 3 flat tiles to improve with farms. And it's important to combine farms next to each other because of bonuses of the feudalism that will be coming up a little bit later in the game, but would basically give us extra food from adjacent farms. So even the farms have adjacency in this game later on. So if we do have aqueducts and dams, it's logical to place down industrial zone, as industrial zones are also getting major adjacency bonuses from aqueducts and dams. That's a nice +5 industrial zone, and it would leave a nice tile for our observatory, especially because these are desert tiles and I do not have any other use for them. If I would improve this tile with plantation, that's a nice +2 campus district. Depending on what's on this tile, we could even get a government plaza, +7 industrial zone immediately and surround it with other districts, hopefully with other cities. Although our government plaza is in the 3rd ring of the city expansion, this tile is going to be very expensive to buy. So, for the time being, I can just hide the pins and start doing what I actually need to do. So, first thing to do is to scout. I want to send my warrior widely around my empire to find the next potential settles. And the first thing to build in this case is going to be a builder, as we do lag housing. We have free housing cap, and once our population grows in 4 turns, our city is going to get a growth penalty. Whenever the city reaches 1 population from this cap, it starts growing very slowly. So we would like to improve the farm instead, get extra housing so we are able to produce settlers, districts, buildings, and still keep growing. Naturally, I'm gonna start going with pottery since we are boosting the irrigation with farm anyway. That's gonna be the next technology to research, and opening up with a builder, we're gonna be able to improve the farm and get extra amenities improved as well. Let's keep scouting around. That's a tribal village, very nice. Let's see what the locals have for us. 40 gold. Okay, that's not bad, we'll put it to use. Okay. Smaya will love plantation, so if I would place down a city in here, a plantation, and another plantation, this could be a plus for observatory, and we do have a lot of flatlands around it. So we could place down some farm triangles or something, maybe somewhere around here, potentially, to be able to take advantage over this rice tile as well. These two farms would get extra production from observatory, and we would have some tiles to chop as well for immediate production. Very nice. And as you can see, our city is currently working a 4-food tile and getting extra food from the forest on the hill. However, we are growing in 15 turns, even though we do have food surplus. This should change once we improve this farm. So let's keep scouting around. That's why it's important for me to start with that builder. And here is our first city-state. We're the first ones to meet Buenos Aires, and Buenos Aires wants us to construct observatory. So we get an extra envoy from being the first ones to meet them, and we will need to place down observatory, which is already in our plans. Very good. We might be able to take a quick suzerainty of this city-state, and that suzerainty would provide us with amenity from each bonus resource that we have improved. So this wet tile wouldn't just give us amenity from Amaya's unique bonus, but also from Buenos Aires, allowing us to keep our vast population, which is the aim of this game, happy and producing. Now our city has 2 population. We are gonna start working settlers. I improved the farm, got extra housing, and we got to 4 turns until the next grow. Now obviously we started working isle that has more food, so that adds up a little bit as well. However, now we can comfortably start producing settlers. I would like to get at least 2. And since we have one of our cities already planned, let's keep going east to figure out where the next city would be. We have pottery in 1 turn. Irrigation is going to be coming up next. Let's send our builder on the spices tile so we are able to improve it as soon as we research irrigation. Irrigation is already in queue. Let's keep scouting. And we do have some barbarians coming around. It's near the city that we are planning to settle, so let's go deal with them. This builder can go to sleep for time being, then turns until irrigation. But as our population grows, we should be able to accumulate a little bit more science.
That is best.
So we are going to be fighting barbarians. Let's plug in discipline. Since we are going for a builder to improve plantation, I might as well get myself God King to get access to the Pantheon. I would like to get Plantations Pantheon to get extra culture out of those. Since we are going to be improving 2 plantations right off the bat, we are going to be benefiting from that Pantheon very early, which is very nice. We need that culture. Culture is one of the most important stats in the game to be able to research all of these civics a little bit faster, as well as grow our borders faster. The more culture the city produces, the faster it grows borders. So perhaps we are not going to be needing to spend all of this gold to acquire the tiles that we need. And we do have a river in here within our capital's reach, which can also give us a nice commercial hub. And let's keep going around. Sure, let's hit this barbarian camp once. Now our warrior is gonna heal up a little bit, and then we're gonna strike it again. There's our first settler. Let's send it up north. Let's heal up again.
Thousands have lived without.
And here is our irrigation. Let's improve our plantation. 4 food, 2 production, 2 gold from the get-go. Very good. Now I would like to research animal husbandry to check if we have horses somewhere around, which we could either sell or use ourselves if need be. And let's improve another plantation. Alright, our warrior has healed up. Let's hit this barbarian camp again. Settle a city. Very nice. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but Asmaya, if we settle non-capital city within the 6 tiles of the capital, naturally, we are getting also a free builder in our empire. So let's start by improving our spices, and since we don't have farms available to us just yet, I mean, I could place down a farm somewhere around here, which could be fair enough, but we currently have a barbarian problem. So I will start working on that granary first to secure a little bit of extra housing for ourselves. Another plantation. Let's check the happiness of our empire. So we already have 5 amenities. Very nice. The city is happy. We're getting extra production and all the other yields already. Our warrior has a promotion, but I think I should be able to clear out the scam. Nice. Another spices style improved. Good. Now let's send our warrior back to heal up a little bit and improve a tea tile as well while we are here.
If there are no dogs in heaven.
Okay, so do I have horses anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Fair enough. However, I would still like this city to be working at least productive tile. Tea tiles are not very good. There is no production. It doesn't help this city to build up stuff. And I could get myself mining. Hopefully we can meet another civilization to boost our writing, and we can pre-place our observatories. Let's send it to the city center and promote the warrior with battle cry for extra 7 combat strength versus melee and ranged units. Very universal promotion. Helps us out a little bit, although it only applies as far as I'm remembering while we are on the offense. On the defense it doesn't matter. I'm fine with my government. We still don't have a pantheon. Let's push our warrior a little bit forward and give it a turn to heal up a little bit. I will send my builder back, so... Well, I could improve a farm in here. I could buy out this style, actually. We have 2 plantations, so we got extra housing out of that. The city is growing faster. So I could either improve a farm or I could improve a cattle, and cattle looks better to me because it would give us extra production. And now I will start going towards early empire because I would like to get that colonization card to discount our future settlers. This is gonna be important because my early game plan is to settle as much as possible, since we're gonna be having a limited amount of cities. Okay, that's another tile to lock out. Generally, I would like to make 2 settlers and then build up a district, get a discount card, and build up a few more settlers. Kind of more balanced approach, but at this point, I think since I don't have any districts research just yet, I'm gonna be printing out more settlers to settle faster and then start growing up. At least currently, that's my plan. Okay, so I would like to send my settler somewhere around here. I need to find a location for it. And while the city is growing, we have early empire coming up in 13 turns. Meanwhile, I will get myself a monument and a trader. I think I'm gonna get a trader first. Trader is a steroid for our freshly settled cities. Getting extra 1 food and extra 1 production would give like 25% boost in our second city. Very welcome addition. Especially those trade routes are gonna be improved by us building up districts in our capital city.
Who deserves more credit than the...
Mining is available. That's fine, we don't have a builder, we don't have many mines available to us. I will start going towards writing to get access towards that observatory district. Do have a volcano tile. This could be a decent place to settle a city. We could get observatory somewhere around. Next to a plantation, maybe something like that, we'll see. Let's keep going. And we met another city-state. Finally a civilization. Nice. Our writing has been boosted. Let's transfer this trader to our second city. The settler can keep moving around. And Gandhi doesn't want a delegation. Well, that's fair enough. More gold for me. Let's settle the city. Very good. The city can start working on a granary as well. We do have a builder, and at least we are able to improve this maze style. Although, perhaps I should have chopped it. It's next to a volcano, probably gonna get destroyed anyway. I rushed that a little bit. That's fair enough. Let's start trading with our capital to interconnect the cities better. The roads that traders are going to be building are going to allow our units to travel faster if need be. Now for the next technology, I will start going towards currency because we are going to be needing those commercial hubs. Speaking of commercial hubs, this could be another one. Again, relatively expensive tile because it's 3 tiles away from Palenque city. And for the city of, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that, we could place down an aqueduct and an industrial zone next to the government plaza to get extra bonuses. This could be a nice commercial hub as well, not too far away from the city. Okay, I can see it. And another builder charge I'm gonna spend on improving the banana tile. We are already working that tile anyway, I assume. No, actually we are working the gold tile, which is fine for time being. But bananas is gonna allow us to grow city faster. Alright, Wapkabnal has done what it needed to do. We do have 3 turns until we get access to Early Empire. So I might as well get myself an observatory meanwhile. Let's improve the banana tile. Nice. Now the city of Palenque has 4 housing and the granary is coming up. Gonna start working this tile for extra growth, and we do have access to our pantheons, which is very important. Let's get Goddess of the Festivals to get extra culture from our plantations. And look at this, we're already at 11 culture. We're very close to Gandhi, who is cheating on the deity difficulty, getting yields out of nowhere. Very nice tiles, and all of them are getting worked. Extra culture from plantations everywhere. Very good. I like it. And where is our next city is gonna be? I do see a potential next to tea amenities somewhere around here. Okay, I can dig it. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with the city once it comes down to it. And would I like to improve something else? I mean, I do have 1 extra builder charge. I could send it here for a chop as we are gonna be replacing this forest with a farm anyway.
Look back over the past.
And we are able to plug in the colonization card to make the settlers. Okay, discipline, I'm gonna keep it for time being. 1 turn until observatory, and I'm gonna start making more settlers. However, we do have now access to our governors, so first of all I'm gonna assign Magnus, as we do have a few chops in the capital. Let's get it out of the way. I'm gonna chop this tile and replace it with farm. And I'm gonna place a mine over here, meaning that we will be able to chop down this forest for some immediate production. This one I'm not gonna be chopping. I would like to improve it with lumber mill because it's on a flat land. The flat land can only be improved by farms or some unique improvements from suzerainty of the city-state, something like this, so I would rather have a lumber mill for extra production in here. For the next civic, naturally I'm gonna go towards craftsmanship. Next goal is to get to our political philosophy for another government. That's where we are gonna be heading, and we are gonna be boosting the state workforce by building our observatory. Everything is coming together, getting those discounts. An unmet city-state has been defeated already. Well, that's fast. Okay, great people. Somebody is already making 2.3 great scientist point per turn. Only great prophets got recruited. Well, the only scientist that I care about right now is Hypatia, because she is giving extra science to all the libraries in our empire and gives us free library, so maybe I will save up a little bit of gold to buy it out later on as we start to accumulate those great people points through our observatories. And talking about observatories, let's get another one around here.
Skill without imagination is craftsmanship.
30% production
Gives us
towards
many useful
builders and agogi to get our units faster if need be. But we are not currently building those up, so I'm gonna skip it. And the world is entering classical era. We got our access to commercial hubs. Nice. I'm still gonna keep in colonization card. Discipline. I don't really have a card that I would like to replace it with, so We're gonna be keeping that government for time being. And for dedication, I'm gonna take free inquiry. Eureka's are a little bit easier to boost than the civics. Monumentality, we're not gonna be building too many districts up. And Exodus of Evangelists benefits from us if we have a religion, but we don't. So free inquiry it is. For the next technology, okay, so what do I need? I would need to chop down this rainforest to be able to place down Government Plaza, which means that I am gonna need bronze working to get that ability to interact with rainforests. I would also like to get apprenticeship, however, I don't need apprenticeship right now. I think I'm gonna start going towards bronze working, and since we are gonna be going towards industrialization, I first would like to get aqueducts to set up some adjacency for our industrial zones to get extra benefits out of those. Now, for the civics, we are gonna go towards political philosophy. Naturally, getting a new government for extra policy slots is gonna be very valuable. Get extra bonuses and stuff. And I just promoted Magnus with... I didn't even talk about... I promoted Magnus with permission, so our trained settlers wouldn't consume city's population, meaning that we can keep our city productive and growing while we are making the settlers. We do have another barbarian, but I don't really want to place my warrior on the floodplain, as these are applying -2 penalty for our defense, meaning that we would be taking more damage than we would be dishing out potentially. So, I don't know. Let's heal our warrior up. Hopefully, Bisidiac will cross the river, and we would be able to deal him a good beating. We have a settler coming up in 4 turns. With Magnus, we have extra value from the chops. Let's chop. Settler is out. Where is the other city? Okay, so let's settle this one. And I'm still not able to interact with rainforests. However, this tile I would like to chop. Meanwhile, we were gonna get another settler. So the task of this warrior is to find another position for our cities to settle. And here comes the idiot. Let's bonk him a little bit. Minus 50 health already. Come on. Wanna attack into me? Oh, you're not the smart kind, are you? Nice. Clean that guy up. Now we can keep exploring. Ooh, a barb camp. Okay, I will need to heal this warrior up a little bit before engaging
I'm
that.
also interested in creating...
Alright. Do we have any iron around our empire? Oh, we do have some here. Okay, so we are gonna get a builder up. First of all, let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this city is within 6 tiles of our capital. Good. We are, in fact, gonna get the bonuses that we need. Let's heal up our warrior before engaging in the combat, and we have access to another district. Getting a watermill sounds pretty good, but we could boost it. Could I boost the quarry? Technically, I could, but this is gonna be my industrial zone. I need to research something. And what would that be? I could get myself archery, I suppose, into horseback riding. I do not have slinger, so chances of boosting archery are relatively low. We have political philosophy coming up in 4 turns, so let's check what this city is working. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that detail. Maybe let's do something like this. We are getting less stats, but we at least are getting production. We could get Monument in 8 turns to secure our culture and border growth as well. Sure, let's do that, and as we get political philosophy, I'm gonna plug in the builder card because this city is gonna need one. And here is another civilization to meet, Persia, but this is not the knobhead Persia that likes to declare wars. I don't know if this one likes to do that. Maybe I should be a little bit cautious about it. Let's send a delegation first. And let's settle another city. Koba is online. And I will improve this iron tile to get extra arrow score from our Eureka and our dedication. Now I should be looking to decide what am I gonna do with this city. I could place down an observatory in here with a plantation and a farm surrounding it. However, these are gonna be mines. I could get much more value placing it down around here. and making a few farms like this. Maybe I could even get a farm here, I just don't see what's on this tile. If it's a flatland, absolutely I could get extra production out of farms. If not, well, that's gonna be a mine. But this would be way better. Although that's a chop, so for time being, this city is gonna have to build a granary into a monument. I'm gonna delay the observatory a little bit to get some extra value out of this city.
May the forces of evil...
Alright, this warrior can suicide into mine if he wants to. I don't really mind it. We have 2 Eurekas actually from our dedication. 2 extra arrows for, maybe we can secure ourselves a golden age. And so, what am I gonna do? I have a 2-charge builder. I could get myself a plantation and I could make a chop. Or I could get myself a farm and plantation to get extra housing. Or I could get a farm and a chop for a lower price observation. How am I approaching this? I guess getting a farm and a chop would be more valuable for me because with observatory I would get extra production out of this farm. Meanwhile, the T-tile wouldn't give me any. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now the city-state has been met. Good, and for the government, I'm gonna get myself a classical republic for extra housing and amenity as well as 15% great people point. Let's do that. We're still building settlers. I would like to get myself some builders to improve some of our land. We do have a green policy slot, so let's accumulate a little bit of influence points to get suzerainty of Buenos Aires. That would be nice, and then I will probably replace it with diplomatic league to get extra envoys in other city-states. And for the last one, well, I'm gonna keep in discipline for time being, at least until we clear that barbarian camp to the south of our empire. This is my warrior. Get lost, Akkad. Get lost. It's not Akkad, it's Kabul. Fair enough. So what does Kabul want? Kabul wants a commercial hub. Very doable. Again, observe. Wait. Oh, this is next era. We already got ourselves an envoy with Buenos Aires. I was like, what? Did you change the quest right now? So now Buenos Aires wants a great writer. Theater Square is not currently in my plan, so not gonna be doing that. And Jerusalem wants a spearman. Well, we could do that. Absolutely. Extra faith wouldn't hurt us too much. Now, next, I should probably go towards games and recreation and check if I would have some place to place down my Colosseum somewhere around. Technically, I could make an entertainment complex into Colosseum, into a juicy theater square, +5. Okay. This one could be from our capital. We could have another theater square. Another +5 from city I won't bother to pronounce. And maybe we could have somewhere a desert city, it seems like it, with a Petra to make it productive or something. Which could also have a decently sized theater square around the empire that would secure our culture. This Colosseum would provide at least 4 cities with extra culture and amenities. I would say it's worth it, especially for a big empire like ours. Let's hit this barb camp, and I would like to send my settlers somewhere down here. What am I doing next? So I do have a builder card. I would like to get myself a builder. We have games and recreations coming up in 7 turns. Okay, screw the monument for time being. I would like to get the builder instead. And what in total am I chopping around the capital? So, would I like to chop this forest style? If I would place down a city somewhere here, let's say, this could be a nice observatory. Extra production, a plantation. I could even place down another farm if I wanted for at least extra production. Something like this. Yeah, looks good. Okay. So, this forest is gonna be chopped. This forest is gonna be chopped. Stone tile maybe not, but I do have a few tiles around here that I would like to chop as well. Okay, so this is gonna be expensive, but we do have gold, and finally we are gonna probably get to use a card of Land Surveyors, which is gonna give us a discount purchasing the tiles. Okay, fair enough, and once I'm done chopping in Wab Cabnal, I will send my Magnus to city I won't be trying to pronounce to chop out our Colosseum. Hopefully we can get it. It would be a very nice addition towards our empire.
A man on a horse is...
Alright, this barbarian is healing up. I will do the same thing. And where am I settling my next city? Let's check. I need to be within 6 tiles of my capital. So somewhere around here maybe. That would give me access to a coffee tile, which otherwise I wouldn't be able to access. This is a different continent. Okay, nice. We would be getting some extra amenities. I see mercury as well and some gypsum. Okay, okay. Now I'm gonna start going towards engineering for those aqueducts to start setting up the industrial zones of my empire and benefits from some extra housing. The city of Palenque. So where am I gonna place down your observatory? This could be a nice observatory as well. Although this is only one farm. I mean, this would be good enough actually. This would be a +2 observatory, and I could improve another farm somewhere here. Making it a +3, getting the extra production out of it. So I am gonna need a builder. So I could chop this tile. Right, the settler can keep moving. Yeah, sure, let's buy this tile. 70 gold, this is painful. Improve the housing of Koba.
Sometimes the wheel...
We have access to a wheel. Not bad at all. Alright, you moving here for a chop. Here is our builder. I would like to get another one. Because we do have a few tiles to improve as well. I would like these farms online. Sure, let's buy this tile. Chop. 6 turns into a granary. And I'm gonna place down that observatory as well. So looking at its district price, now the city can start growing a little bit. Of course you have to come in here, right? Of course you do. Okay, well, now my builder isn't safe. Let's send this trader, although if I'm making a Colosseum, maybe I should keep this trader in here for time being and send it to the capital. Again. What is this meeting? Okay, now I will be able to clean up this. Let's do this. Nice, extra arrow score, extra gold. I don't want this to be a farm. Let's go chopping. And now I will start heading towards feudalism because I would like to get extra charges of my builders. Actually, I forgot to change my government, so let's take a detour for military tradition, which would give us some support and flanking bonuses for combat units in case we need it later on. Move away, please. Thank you. Let's settle our city. Now I will need another settler to come out. Let's make a chop for it. 5 turns, okay. And I would need to chop this tile for our government plaza in the future. We do have another farm to improve in here. Good. And I would need to plan out this city. However, I think that we did a decent job for one episode already. So I'm gonna leave that for the next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you next time. One love. I'm out.